Hi American Salon Facebook. I'm Courtney Bright and I'm the social and digital media editor at American Salon. And I'm here in Miami with some very special guests for you guys. I have international L'Oreal Professionnel stylist Tran here with me. I also have Johnny Ramirez with me, but he's gonna pop in later. So, why are we in Miami?
I don't know what we're doing. Just kidding. We're here for swimwear, but she needs a haircut. She just woke up.
I
So
did.
we're gonna give her that lived-in texture wave, okay?
Yeah. So An's gonna show you guys how to kind of create that lived-in texture, and so just so you guys know, I blew my hair out last night, and that's it. So this is me with natural fluffy hair.
Perfect canvas. Yeah, let's get started. It's really nice and hot here, so I think this is a really good way to tame the heat so it won't get so big. And I think hair is already fluffy like this, so you put that wave in, it just sets in really nice and easy. Okay? So I usually start with the front because I like to do the front because, or you guys should do the front first because by the time you guys get to the back, you guys might get tired. So the front is easy, and that's the thing that you look at the most. So I usually start from the bottom, clip this out of the way, and I usually use 1.5 inch, 1.25 inch Marcel iron. And the reason why I do because I can tame or control the pressure of the curls easier. And I'm actually going to do a little twist. So we're going to do a little bit of lived-in hair texture 2.0, okay? Something a little special. So this is my normal way of doing the curls. So I usually do going forward, leaving the ends out, tucking it in slightly, and then the next section, I'm going to give it a little twist. I'm going to give that, that's, I guess, the new way of doing finger waves. So you're going to have two different textures going on, and it gives you that really cool, natural beachy texture.
Now, do you use the same iron size with all hair types?
No, depending on different length. Length is very important, and I think if you don't want to make it too small, it gets too crimpy. Especially with this new way of doing, and then you don't want to make it too big, then it falls out so easily. Right. So I definitely for sure different length for different curling irons it's important. And then this back part right here, I'm going to push into some different ways the old ways of doing waves. And you guys get me so far?
And we didn't use anything to prep it. Do you usually put any product in to prep for the curls, or no, you do that throughout the process?
I really don't like to put in a lot of products when I do the curls because I'm very conscious of maintaining health of the hair. Because anytime, not to say all products have alcohol, but if you have a bit of an oil to it, that's fine. But hairspray, it's tough unless I'm doing a shoot outside Miami and it's super hot, and then I like to spray some hair and just make it stay. If not, humidity will collapse everything. It's a pooping.
It's brutal.
It's brutal. All right, and then the last piece right here, I'm gonna turn it back. Always the last piece, which sets it apart, always away from the face, so it opens up her eyes and closes into on her cheekbones.
I'm gonna look really great for my flight home today.
What? You're only coming? She's coming in for a day.
I came in just for you guys.
Very honored. Wow.
For you and L'Oreal, that's why I came.
All right, and then this one's gonna be the new one. So as you guys can see, there's different amount of textures going on. And this one I'm going forward.
So can we talk about the lived-in texture movement for a second?
Yeah.
How did you, so that's what you're known for. It's become huge right now. And how did that kind of start? Did you create it on clients? Did someone ask it for you? Is it your go-to?
When I was collecting photos of supermodels back in the 90s, because I'm a lot older than everyone today, I used to collect models, pictures of like Kate Moss and Linda Evangelista and Naomi Campbell and all that stuff. And then there's this one picture of Kate Moss that really like vividly sits in my head every time I think of her. And I always find that so sexy and so beautiful and so cool. And it's that she's sitting in bed and her hair's like kind of like bedheady, undone, but it's pretty still. And that's to me always been an epitome of like what sexy hair or hair to me is. So ever since then, I always like, you know, in the back of my head, unconsciously always want to do that type of hair. So it's...
And I think it's important to let people know too that the effortless look takes effort.
As you can tell.
Right? And you know, it's like everyone sees the final result and they're like, oh, that was so easy. But it's not, a lot of work goes into it.
Yeah, I mean, in every aspect of creativity, anything when it's like things are so simple and so linear and so easy, or simple looking, it takes a lot of effort. Like design, like furniture design, all that stuff, it just takes a lot more, I guess, you know, time thinking it through than anything. So I'm just finishing up the front. I really love Courtney's section, it's perfect for it.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad my fluffy hair has come into handy.
No, it's good. It's a really easy canvas. So I'm happy to turn this way so they can see the sides. You can scoot in.
For them to
Cool.
see.
How about scoot in this side a little more?
Sure.
There you go. Perfect. I love doing this live thing. It's so much fun. Alright, I'm gonna actually turn it this way. There you go. So I won't be blocking them. So, you know, if you're gonna do this at home, I would advise you guys to do the top first and work your way towards the bottom. But since I'm doing her hair, I'm going to do the bottom first so I can clip it out the way and work my way up to the top. So this one's going to get that. And it's set at like 400 degrees, so it's, you know, really quick. And see how I'm alternating the curls? And these on the bottom, I really, you know, it doesn't have to be like super up to par. Again, we're creating texture and the waves into it.
Let's talk about your salon for a minute.
Yeah.
I hope everyone can still hear me.
Yeah.
How long have you had your salon?
We have, coming up 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly. And where were you before you had your own salon?
Johnny and I met at another salon in Beverly Hills, and we met each other there and just really didn't talk for like 6 months when we first met each other because we're such crazy workaholic. Like we show up early and he shows up early and I'm like, who's that guy? And you just, you know, and at that time, like the color room is separate from the stylist room and all that stuff, so it's, you know, it's hard to meet and stuff like that. And then, you know, sometimes we get a break, like, hey, we want to say hi and stuff like that, and that's how we met. And it's so interesting, like how our techniques of hair, and he does color, you know, and his color technique is like is really awesome and beautiful, and we love the way he does it. And it's just, it's so organically similar in our philosophy of like what we think about hair, you know. And it's weird. It's like he has that live-in color, and his face, you know, is similar to like my live-in hair, and that's why it complement each other.
It just works.
Organically. It's you know, it's just meant to be. Like when things are meant to be, it just lands in his lap. Or our laps. Alright, so I'm working my way up to the top, as you guys can see. Trying to do this so I won't burn her and burn me. Okay, just a very simple way. And I know you can do it with flat iron as well, but I like the fact that you can just use one for both, you know? And
yeah, it makes it simple.
It does, and I use this for flat iron as well. But when I do flat iron, like S-wave, it's softer. This one has a little more of a crimp. And I like that, especially when hair are the length of your hair, you know?
Right.
Do it all the way through. And then you're gonna work to the top, a few more sections.
You know, I have a lot of hair.
No, it's great. But one thing that's really important is that if you are doing this new S wave on the bottom, make sure you're not doing the same on top, okay? So you have to combine it with the old and the new. So therefore, the old's on the bottom, the new's on top. So when you do mix it, it blends into each other. And not become one, you know?
Do people ever come in your salon requesting for you just to style?
Yes.
And
yes.
do you do just styling?
We do.
Okay.
We have about like 26 hairstylists.
Wow.
I know. It's
That's really exciting for you both. Congratulations on that.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of personality.
And where's your salon located?
We're in Beverly Hills. Beautiful part of Beverly Hills. Quaint, residential. It's not, you know, Rodeo Drive. So it's not, you know. I love that aspect of it. It's very easy to get to, in and out. You know, there's not a lot of traffic.
It's not stuffy.
Yeah, it's definitely not stuffy. I'm not into stuffy. Everyone's really nice and sweet as soon as you walk in, very welcoming, and it's like, I guess the aesthetic of it all, it's like a Parisian apartment / art gallery. You know, it's cozy and it's masculine and feminine, and it just has antiques and has like new stuff. It's a really good blend of like our personality.
And do you do men and women in the salon?
Yes. I only do women's hair, but like a lot of them they do both.
Okay.
Alright, there you have it. I'm gonna put some products in. You can turn around. Yeah, one of my favorite and must-have, and I think it's a bomb. It's amazing. It's called Next Day Hair, and what it does is gives you next day hair. Incredible. Shake it up really well, and I love this because it gives you that fluff and that texture without being gritty or sticky, and it's incredible. And it smells good.
That's the best.
So shake it up really well. I don't need to put a lot on the scalp. Some people need the height, the volume, but hers is just for texture. So I usually do all over. And you know, you can heavy lay this on if you want, or not, you know, but here, hold on to that. Yay! She had.
That was in like.
And that was
like
fast.
50 minutes, yeah.
That was quick.
It helps you have a friend who does it.
So if you guys can hear the voice on the outside of the camera, it's Johnny Ramirez, who I'm going to bring in the camera.
Where am I?
Right here.
Oh, hi. No, it's so good.
Yeah, so while I have you both here.
Well, really quickly, and then a little mythic oil in it. Love, just for the ends, with separation, to give it a little polishedness, because I don't want it too heavy. I mean, too rough, but just, you know, rough, elegant kind of deal.
So I have a couple questions. I want to talk to you both real quick, and just so you guys know, Johnny has a model here with him. He did her color, and he's going to share that with you guys in just a second. But first off, I want to talk about the class. You guys have a class here in Miami that's tomorrow, and you've started art. What is that?
Art is Academy Ramirez Tran, so it's Academy, my last name, and On's last name. And it just worked out perfectly. So.
Here he is!
Alright, so yeah, it's Academy Art. It's
I I love that. I think the ART is so special because when we're thinking of the name, we think about like Ramirez Tran Academy, but when we put the A in the front, it was so cool. It's just like, again, it's just the way we work and the way we brand ourselves. It's like it's folks art, and that's what it is.
And it's pretty much the way we do hair too. You know, we kind of bounce ideas back and forth with each other, and we execute things, you know, because we're like so like, I mean, if he's in a different state, I mean, we're still so connected,
yeah.
And so art just came to us. I mean, we just knew that was it, you know.
And what exactly is art for anyone out there that doesn't know their classes, right? And you guys are doing one tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing one tomorrow. You know, An and I have created these techniques that people have been emailing, texting, you name it, for years now, and so, you know, it's a way of An and I giving it back now to the community of hairdressers, teaching them how to do, you know, what we've created for ourselves, which is lived in color and lived in hair. And so, yeah, it's time to give it all back. And it's been, you know, it's been fun.
And where's your next stop after Miami for a class? Is there one? Do you have one?
We have a list, but not concrete dates. I mean,
Okay.
Mexico City is one of them.
Vegas.
Vegas. It's not concrete, but it will be concrete soon. So we're trying to.
Where
figure
can
out
people
what
sign
dates.
up once it's
for the
announced?
class? At academyramireztran.com.
Okay, write that down, you guys.
Yes.
Write that down.
So wait, I'm going to explain to you more about the class. The class tomorrow is not just about how we do hair, but it's about how we do social media. So it's just everything that encompasses.
It's how it's because and the only reason why we're doing this too is because people they keep emailing. They want to know, how did we both get together? They want to know our story. How did we get to where we're at? And that's another part of getting together to teach people how An and I did it for ourselves, you know, through social media, the techniques, how we became bi-coastal, what works for us, how did we get to where we are today?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
And speaking of social media, what are your thoughts on social media? Like the importance of social media, and what's your favorite channel?
Well, An and I have been, you know, we've been documenting before Instagram. We created blogs and we've been documenting transformations for 8 years now. And I think that was pretty much our ticket way before Instagram, is that we created these blogs that everybody was just tapping into from like all over the world, and it was always us transforming people and documenting it.
I think real people. I think that's what's really great about it, is like we document real people, everyday people that, you know, when the audience look at it, they can relate. And I think that's a really important thing. Is like, yes, we do celebs and stuff like that, but it's the everyday people that people can
exactly.
relate to.
And it's really cool that like we get clients that are moms, that are just, you know, your day-to-day normal people, and I mean, we hit some numbers. Our on Pinterest, they were clocking these pictures that were documented at 733,000 repins a day. So these women were getting stopped. They're like, "You're that girl from Pinterest," and it was like,
yeah, it's really funny.
A really sweet, cool, like soccer mom that was all over the internet, you know. So yeah, so An and I pretty much flooded the internet with all of the beautiful transformations that we do on normal people. You know?
Well, I love seeing you guys on the internet and on the news feed. And if people don't follow you, where can they find you?
Gosh, you can find us pretty much everywhere: Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, and.
And what's your account? Where can they find you at?
For me, it's Johnny Ramirez 1.
Was Johnny Ramirez already taken? What's
you know what?
I always have to ask. I never know.
Being Mexican, there's like, I can't even tell you how many Johnny Ramirez there are. So, but I was lucky to get the one.
To get one, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Well, Johnny Ramirez, the only one.
There you go.
Mine is on Tran. It's ANHCOTRAN. So it's pretty straightforward, you know.
Yeah.
And real quick, because we're here with L'Oreal as well, and you guys are international stylists for them. Why L'Oreal? I mean, you guys are wanted by so many people. Why did you choose to both go with that brand?
I think it was kind of a mutual thing. I think it was another way of L'Oreal is one of the biggest beauty cosmetic company in the world, and it was just something that knowing that we both collaborated to become partners. I mean, it was just another way of just an accomplishment, of how hard work does pay off.
And I also think that they have a lot of products and out there, so it speaks to a lot of people, and I think that's one attractive thing that we like about them is they have a wide range of audience. So it's not just one particular audience, and that's what we want to reach. Is just want to be a wide audience of everyday people, celebrities, and everything. So it's just that's what we like about them.
Yeah, and two, for me, I mean, it was really good because I was already using L'Oreal. I use L'Oreal Dia, the Blonde Studio multi-technique set, all the bleach or the color, we already know it. So teaming up with L'Oreal was just even
it was a natural fit.
It is.
Yeah.
That's great. And do you have a favorite product for them? Like when you're doing lived-in texture or anything like that on? Do you have
I can show you. I carry about 7 bottles of these.
For those of you guys that didn't see before, this
is Next Day Hair.
Next Day Hair.
Here it is. It really gives you next day hair.
Kind of make you look like this.
It's incredible. The texture it just feels like there's nothing in it.
No.
But there's something in it. It's the shit. That's what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna hop off camera real quick. I'm gonna pass it over to Johnny, and he's got a model here with him, and they're gonna talk about lived-in color.
All right. And this is Andrea. Andrea Peterman she's my assistant, but today she's going to be my model. I don't know how the lighting, I guess the lighting's good, you guys can see. So my thing with lived-in color has always been that, it's lived in, you can dress it up, you can dress it down. My clients normally see me once or twice a year. And so a lot of people, they ask me, how do we do this little pop? That sun-kissed little kids always have naturally. And, I can give you guys a little example. What I always do is I kind of always ask clients where they part their hair. Where do they naturally part their hair? Or if I'm having a consultation, I will see their body language. And if they're always parting it this way, parting it that way as they're talking to me, then I know that she's going to be one of those girls where I have to kind of make the pop go either way. But let's see, can you see that there? Yeah. So what I always do is, I always highlight around the face. I put a clip. I always ask where do you normally part your hair?
I flip it back and forth.
Back and forth, yeah.
Middle.
So then if it's the middle, I'll put a clip on here. And so I'll highlight around the hairline this way. And when I get to this part, then I would scoot the client over to this way and start again from the bottom and come and meet the other foil here where we last stopped. And while that's happening, I take the pieces that are right at the part and I backcomb these two parts. These are the two pieces that I usually just kind of backcomb and pop. A lot of the times too, it's a preference. People are like, well, how do you know where to go? Do you make it light from the hairline? And so it's just all, a preference. Sometimes women don't want it too high up. If they don't, then I always use this as a guide. Either starting up here, the eyebrow, the cheekbone, or the chin. Anything below the chin is kind of, it's a little more on the ombre side, but anything above that is a little more sun-kissed. And so once I get that, I start to connect everything. Sometimes if it's on, we'll cut the hair, and I'll follow his haircut. if there's a layer that I saw that is screaming like put bleach on me, then I'm gonna take that layer and I'm gonna backcomb it and put bleach on it. I'll freestyle. Sometimes like, well, I do have a way of like, you know, sectioning my parts and kind of sticking to that system. But a lot of the times too, I'll freestyle the whole haircut. Depending too, when he cuts, he cuts it so that when you get out of the shower, if it air dries, you know, it just air dries and it looks really, really nice and good. So I always keep that in mind too. So yeah, I just pretty much freestyle the whole hair. If there's a lot of layers, then I'll go back in there and backcomb as many as I can that I know are gonna pop. And if not, if she doesn't have a lot of layers, then yeah, you know what, I will take sections and I'll do pie sections and I work my way around. But I always keep going back to the front. Once it's all done, we'll blow dry it, and if there's something in the front missing, I'll go back in there and tweak it out a little more, just to give her that extra something. On my Instagram, if you see a lot of the girls have that big blonde pop, it's from me going back, kind of like blow drying it. I mean, it becomes a work of art, you know. So yeah, so once we do that, then we'll blow dry it and and we'll tweak it out. But that's how we do the lived-in color, you know. It's a little teaser on how we do. And by the way, the tangle teasers, if you guys don't use these, it's like, I mean, we don't travel without these. I mean, we knot these girls so big that it's the only way to get them out. And like, what? How long does it take us?
Like 20 minutes.
20 minutes. It's like butter, you know. The knots slide right off. But yeah, this is what we do.
Can I pop on something?
Yeah, please.
I want him like, one thing I really like about his color is that he uses, like, the infrastructure is already in there. When they do highlights, they highlight the whole head, and that keeps it really, like, it builds a really good structure in there. And when you do all this pop, it's a customizing part to it. So you get that lived in, and the reason why that lived in is like they don't have to see him for like 6 months or so.
It's very low maintenance.
That's a really great part of it all. It lasts, you know, and it's really incredible. I love the process. Seeing the process is really cool. So if you guys want a glimpse of that, like tomorrow, you can definitely see all that stuff.
Yeah, really awesome. And you know, multi-technique shades, the from Blonde Studio is the bleach that I use, and you know, it lives up to like 8 shades so fast. So to me, that's what I prefer. I love that bleach, and it's so good and healthy for the hair afterwards. It just leaves it really shiny. It works, magic. But yeah, that's what we do.
So I'm going to pop back in here, guys. In case you missed the beginning, I'm Courtney Bright. I'm the social and digital media editor here at American Salon, and I'm in Miami with international L'Oreal Professionnel stylist Johnny Ramirez. And on Tran, if you can hop back in. And Andrea Peterman here as well. And we just want to thank you guys for having us and L'Oreal for having us. And if you're here in Miami and you're attending their class tomorrow, I really hope you enjoy it. I'm very jealous. And again, you can find American Salon on Instagram at American_Salon. You can also find us on Snapchat at American_Salon, where I kind of talk there all day long. You know where we are on Facebook because we're here. And if you missed it, you can find Johnny on Instagram at Johnny Ramirez 1. And you can find on Instagram at Tran.
Yes.
So.
Oh my God, there's so many hearts and love and like, thank you. That's so sweet. Aww.
We love you guys. Everyone loves you guys.
We love you guys. Thank you.
So, thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.